Okay, so here we are on the Mgani River, Upper Mgani, in the area that's traditionally been a trout area, and which is above the Dargle Falls. And the Natal Fly Fishers Club has access to a couple of farms here where the farmers have allowed us to fish their waters. This is one of those farms. It belongs to Russell Watson. He has two farms, Brigadoon that we're on now, and Firth, which is the next farm upstream. And he is a very conservation-minded farmer, and our members are of the same ilk. So we've put this day together to tackle alien invasive species that sap the water from the river, that make it difficult to get to the river to fish. And there are a number of knock-on effects, like wattle trees where the grass doesn't grow underneath, and so in heavy storms you have more runoff and more siltation. And so many effects of that. The wattle trees, we all know, sap water out of the river and diminish the flows. The runoff also causes siltation, the effects of which are pretty obvious, but one of the less obvious effects is that the trout then can't breed because the gravel is covered in silt. The Mgani was stocked with trout 124 years ago, and it's never battled for fish. But in recent years we've seen the population decline, and we believe that the trout is almost a canary in the mine, in that it's an indicator of the health of the river, and we've decided that it's time to mobilize and do something about this. The World Wildlife Fund has been involved in a program right throughout this catchment, upper catchment, removing large blocks of wattle in order to improve the water balance for environmental reasons, as well as for the water supply for Durban and Maritzburg. We've been speaking to them. Their corporate project lends itself to doing large blocks of identified wattle, and there are only a few of those, and so we've agreed to come alongside them and to take out smaller areas of wattle close to the river banks. And working at the same time as they are, we hope to achieve something commendable here and see this river looking like it used to. There are writings by Natal back in the 1950s where he describes the Mgani on a farm just downstream from here, where in a day's fishing he talks about resting under the wattle tree, suggesting that in those days there was only one. And if we look at it now, it's quite hard to believe how we as custodians have let it go. And we as Natal Fly Fishers think that it's time to do something about it.